guys, so in today's video I'm going to be reviewing some short films, and the short films are from the Horror Block, the Short Film Festival 2015. I received this DVD in my recent Horror Block and thought that I would do a review of the films. And I apologise if in this video I keep looking down, but I've written some notes so that I don't leave anything out or forget anything about the films. So I have, how many is it? 5 films to review for you. It's first place, second place, third place, and then best effects and best scream. And I have to say, all of these films I was actually pretty impressed with. I thought it was going to be like really low budget, you know, because obviously there's just random people who submitted their films and they've picked the best ones they thought. But I was like pleasantly surprised. I actually quite enjoyed it, and I thought the quality of all of the films was really good. So I'm going to start with the first one. It was called Sinners, and it was from Stephen Hall. He won first place. And in this film, it follows this man, and he is talking to a priest and is kind of going through some issues. And he's explaining that he had an accident where he died, and when he came back he was able to see things, like things had changed within him, and he's received this power so that he could see things that he couldn't see before. So basically he could see like demons and creatures in people. And it had a couple of scenes where he was on the street and he walked past people and their faces changed and they turned into these monsters, and the special effects was actually pretty good. I thought it was well done, and as I said, I thought it was filmed like it was good quality. The film was good, and I actually think it would have made a pretty good full-length horror film. And yeah, it was just a great story, and then like his struggle to kind of deal with it, and you know, it's changed his personality. He becomes quite violent, and I don't want to give too much away. I mean, they are very short films. They're only probably about, I mean, I didn't time them, but there must be like maybe 10 minutes worth of film each. But I don't want to give away the endings to them in case that you haven't seen them, anyone who got the Horror Block and got this DVD. But I really enjoyed it. And the second one was my favourite one out of all of them. It was called Lady of the Walls, and this was from Brent Bovacoy. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. They won second place. Is this one here? Although you probably can't see it because my camera's terrible. This one was my favourite because it was very creepy, and it had like a very gothic-y theme to it. So the film starts off with this woman, this old woman, and she walks through these big iron gates into this big mansion, and she has this little light that she's carrying with her, and it's all very gloomy and, as I said, very gothic-y. She's kind of looking around this mansion, and she comes to this fireplace, and then it has a kind of flashback, and the flashback is when the mansion is how it used to be, so it's all colourful and everything, and there are these 3 girls, and this old woman is one of these girls, so obviously it's like her flashback into her past. And these 3 girls, it's set in night time, and they've kind of come downstairs to this fireplace, and they're not supposed to be there, and they're trying not to get caught by the matron or whoever it is that runs the mansion. And they're telling, there's 3 girls, 2 older girls and then a younger girl, and these 2 older girls are telling a story to this younger girl about the Lady in the Walls. And the story goes is when the mansion was being built, it was half built, this woman, I can't remember if they said she was homeless or not, but this woman goes into the mansion and she falls asleep behind one of the walls. I don't know how she got there, it doesn't really explain too much. But yeah, anyway, she got into the mansion and the building work was being done, and then the builders came and they started sealing up the walls, and this woman basically gets trapped. She basically gets killed and trapped, sealed in the walls. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of this film I watched a while ago. I think it's called Walden, with Mishka Barton in it. It's like a horror film where people, it was a hotel, it was being built, and these people were sealed into the walls and they died, and then they kind of haunted the hotel. Similar kind of feel with this old woman, this woman got trapped in the mansion and died, and then she kind of haunts it. And then they play a kind of Bloody Mary kind of game ghost game where they sit in front of the fireplace and they recite this creepy rhyme, and you have to like knock several times and see if this lady will come out. The lady in the wall will come and get you. I think it was like 1 knock, she touches you, 2 knocks, she tries to grab with something, and 3 knocks, she will pull you into the wall and you will take her place, being stuck in this mansion. So the 3 girls get this, they retell the story, and they get this little girl to play the game. So they sit the little girl in front of the fireplace and they recite this story and knock. And then all the lights go out, and obviously the little girl disappears, and it's actually quite creepy, like the way they do it. It does have a very, eerie kind of feel about it. And then they get the younger girl disappears, and the 2 older girls are there, thinking that this little girl has played a trick on them, and she's just run away back up to the bedroom, dormitories or whatever. And then I'm just going to say the ending of this story. So if you have this DVD and you don't want to know the ending, just kind of skip over a couple minutes of the video, so you don't have to hear the ending if you don't want to. But I just want to explain it all because I thought it was a really good story, and for those of you who haven't got this DVD and can't watch it, I just wanted to tell you what it was about. So basically the ending is the girl, they get caught by the matron, and she gets beaten for being out of bed, and then as she's being beaten it flashes back to present time where it's the old woman. And the old woman, she then she goes in and she sits in front of the fireplace and she recites this story. She recites the lyrics of the rhyme and does the knocking, and obviously she gets taken away, and then she takes the place of the little girl who was sucked into the wall all those many years ago when she was a kid. And the last scene is where you see the little girl kind of coming up to the iron gates of the mansion, and I just thought that was actually really good, and it'd probably make a good full-length movie, this idea, although it was kind of, I did feel like they'd taken influences from other films such as Warden and like Bloody Mary and the whole ghost story thing. But I really enjoyed it. That was my favourite by far. The next one that won 3rd place was called Scared to Death by Drew Marvick. This film, I think it was the shortest out of all of them. Well, out of the ones above, it was the shortest, and it very much felt like a comedy kind of horror. It was this one at the bottom with this guy here, and basically it starts off in this house with this guy watching a horror film, and he has all this horror memorabilia all over the place, loads of films and figures and stuff, and he's sitting there eating his popcorn watching a horror film, and he gets a knock on his door, and he opens it, and there's a zombie at his door, and he gets obviously scared and he runs away. He runs to his neighbour's house, and the garage door's open, and inside there's like a satanic scene going on. There's this guy dressed in black sat in this big chair with all gothic-y makeup and stuff, and then these 2 women dressed in like bikinis and stuff like dancing beside him. And then he freaks out and he turns around and he stabs himself with his own knife, which he had run away from the house with. And then the zombie guy turns up who was chasing him, and he goes, like, the whole thing was supposed to be a joke basically. This guy, he had gone to his neighbour's house, the guy watching the horror movie, he'd gone to his house to ask him to turn his porch light off, and that was it. Obviously he'd freaked him out because he was all dressed up like a zombie. And then they kind of stand there for a few minutes, kind of discussing what they're going to do with this guy who has just died on their driveway. And they decide to eat him. But yeah, out of all of them, it was like the most comical one out of all of them. Again, still well filmed. I thought it was pretty funny. And the last 2 are again just short little films. The first one, Playtime by Ryan Thompson. This was for best effects, and it definitely was. They had great effects in this film. It almost felt like it was, when you get trailers and you get these short little clips of what's happening throughout the film, it kind of felt like it was an actual clip from a horror film. It was really good. It was this woman in this house, and it was night time, and she wakes up and her television screen is on, and she goes up to turn it off, and obviously it just keeps turning back on and on again, and then lights start flickering, and she's running throughout this house, getting really scared. The acting was really good in this film, and she there's a scene where there is this woman, and she's dressed in, it's almost like a ghost, like a poltergeist kind of feel to it. This woman in a bride's outfit, and she's got all like blood, and she looks kind of gross, and she's kind of coming towards the woman who's running away from her, and like the lights, and as I said, the lights are going, and it's got some cool effects, and I thought it was really well done actually. Like I said, it felt like it was a clip from the actual film. And the last one was called The Family That Prayed, from Brandon Orr, and this one Best Scream. And this one, again, it felt kind of similar. I feel like I've seen a horror film like this before, but I can't remember what. Basically, there's a group of friends, and they go to this haunted barn. You know, like how you can go to like haunted houses and you go in just to get scared and stuff. Like a Halloween or whatever. It was a bit like that. A group of friends went in, and at first they weren't really that impressed. Like the way the house was decorated didn't really scare them and stuff, and they thought the actors were, you know, not very good. And then as they go through the house, again, they get split up, the lights go out, and they all get split up into different rooms, and they all get captured by the actors that are in the house. And then it turns out that they're not really acting, they are really kind of crazy people. And this group of friends, they get tied up and they're sat at this dining room table, and you just see this dead woman like laying in the middle of the table basically. And so basically there's a bit of a twist in this one as well. Again, if you don't want to know the ending, then just stop the video here so you don't have to hear it, because I'm going to say it for those who, again, can't watch this DVD. So the ending is these people, they're an actual family, these actors, or not actors, these creepy people who live in this house. They're a family, and one of the friends who was in this group that entered the house is actually a family member, is actually one of them. She kind of led them into this house, into this trap, and the family are basically cannibals, and they are capturing these people and eating them. And you don't see them, like, you don't see the person laying on the table get cut up or anything. It kind of cuts away before that happens. But it implies them about to eat this person on the table, and that they're going to eat the rest of the teenagers who had entered the house. And the film ends with this woman, the woman who is the girl who is in the group of friends who enters the house. The first time you see it, it then cuts out, and there is a new group of people at the beginning of the house, a new bunch of friends who are coming to enter this haunted house, thinking that it's just like, you know, a scary game kind of thing. And again, the same girl, family member, is within that group of friends, so again it implies she's leading these people into the house so they can get scared and then captured and then eaten. So overall, I actually really enjoyed this this DVD. I thought it was pretty good. I would have actually liked the films to be a little bit longer. They were a bit short. I would have loved to hear more about, say, Playtime, and even The Family That Prayed was pretty good. I felt like they could have made the films a little bit longer, but again, it is just a short film festival, so they had to be short to fit so many in. But I thoroughly enjoyed them. I would love to see more. I would love to see more of these, and hopefully they'll do another short film festival soon so that we can have another DVD of horror films. I just thought it was a great idea and great quality, and that's pretty much all I have to say. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe, and I do horror block unboxings every month, so hopefully I should have one this month, some point this month or next month. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, and thank you for watching. Bye.